Welcome to another road trip edition of Tim's Vinyl Confessions. This is a very, very special episode. Sarah's driving. She's the chauffeur for this leg of it. We're actually celebrating our honeymoon. 1 year. And we're doing a road trip to Nova Scotia. On the way, though, I'm going to make some stops, see if I can find some cool music stuff. My first stop, though, is kind of very unique, kind of varied. I have to thank my good friend, longtime friend, Matt Phillips, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be making this stop. We all entered a contest. When I say we all, myself, Matt, Will, that Sunrise Records we're having, and lo and behold, Matt actually won. And given that he's not as big a fan of this particular group as I am, he bequeathed the prize to me very generously, and I'm currently going over to Regent Mall to pick up the prize and get my picture taken. So I'll show you what that is here. Well, if I edit this correctly, very shortly. Hey, in case you think I forgot about the Sunrise Records thing, I didn't. We're now at our cabin here in Mahone Bay, Nova Scotia, and going over kind of the day's finds. But once again, thanks to Matt Phillips for relinquishing the prize and letting me claim it. So I went to Sunrise Records and took a picture. I haven't gotten the copy of the picture yet, but I haven't checked all their social media. What was the prize? A Rush Starman Evans drumhead. It was the 2112 40th anniversary contest. Didn't win a Geddy Lee bass, but this is pretty cool. So thanks again, Matt, for letting me have that. And by the way, I do realize it's not our honeymoon, it's our anniversary. Well, where am I? Beautiful downtown Bedford on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Why am I filming myself walking here? I'm heading to Taz Records, which I've heard a lot about, and I'm about to find out why I've heard a lot about it. Looking forward to finding some treasures here. Let's see what's going on. Getting closer to it now. You can see that sign yet or not. Apologize for the shaky camera work. Yeah, Taz Records, vinyl, CDs, audio equipment. Looks like my kind of place. Let's check it out. So to wrap up what I got at Taz Records in Bedford, there's a Halifax location too, but Bedford's where we passed through. Nice bag here. I definitely will be back. Nice, spacious, open store. Lots of great selection. I was very pleasantly surprised with what I got. I'll go over the one new thing I bought here today. Bought at Taz Records. I bought Fleetwood Mac Tusk on CD. This is the remastered version, 2015 remaster. So looking forward to listening to that. And vinyl, and more vinyl. And some of these I was very, very pleasantly surprised by. Got a couple of Foreigner records. I foresee a Foreigner vinyl TVC episode in the future. This is Inside Information from 1987. This is a Canadian Columbia House version on Atlantic. Don't see this on vinyl that much. And for an album released in 1987, I'm surprised this is actually a gatefold. They didn't do a lot of gatefolds by the late 80s, but they did one for this. Now let's see what's in it. Lyric sleeve and some credits. And as far as what the vinyl itself looks like, it's a customized vinyl. So there you go, an unexpected find. And a really unexpected find. I gotta be honest, when I can come across vinyl from the 90s that's not a reissue, I'm always excited, and I was not expecting to see this. This is Foreigner Unusual Heat. This is from 1991, and this was not a successful album. This was the album that the only album that Johnny Edwards was the lead singer on after Lou Gramm had left the first time. And of course he came back a year later, but for now they put this one out in 1991, and this is a Canadian Columbia House version, still on Atlantic. And I was not expecting to find this on vinyl in any way, shape, or form. So, needless to say, I picked it up. There's the sleeve, lyrics and credits, and yeah, look at that. Your red, green Atlantic logo on a record from 1991. So when I saw that, I was like, well, if I can find that, I mean, sky's the limit, really. And I didn't really find anything else that rare, but I kept on going. Found this record, Cheap Trick, Standing on the Edge. This has Tonight It's You on it, great tune. This is a Canadian version on CBS, on Epic. And as with all the Cheap Trick albums in the 80s, they started doing this 2000 minus however many years, so 2000 minus 15, 1985, the year this came out. This looks to be in great shape. That's the inner sleeve, a little bit of credits, and your usual Epic logo on it. A couple more to show you here. Bad Company, Straight Shooter, the second Bad Company album. This is a Canadian version on Swan Song. Really, really good shape. Cardboard sleeve. I guess that's the back cover. This would be the front cover. And the Swan Song, famous Swan Song logo. And one more thing that I picked up. This was exciting because I don't see this on vinyl that much. Alice Cooper, Trash. This was his 1989 comeback album. This is a Canadian version on Epic. And you don't see this on vinyl that much. Now I'm going to guess that there was originally a lyric and credit sleeve for this. This one's not here, but that's alright. And here you go. There's the Epic logo one more time. So that's what I got at Taz Records in Bedford, and I'll definitely be back there. Alright, now found some things at Taz. We'll go over those when we get to our cabin. Now we're in front of Select Sounds. I'm going to head on in. Select Sounds in Bedford. Interesting place. And Matt, and I want to say Will, maybe Chad, maybe all of you. I know Matt for sure. You all warned me about this place. The vinyl's on the floor, so get ready to crouch down. If I'd have known that, I'd have brought my knee pads. Huge, huge selection. There's no way I could get through it all, but I did find a few things. I'll show you what I got. I'll start with CDs. One CD I'm surprised to see. I don't see a lot of discs that I'm actively searching for these days, but they had this one here, Night Ranger, 24 strings and a drummer. This is essentially their unplugged album. This came out in 2012 on Frontiers Records. I never got around to getting it, so saw that. I'm like, well, that's cool. Wasn't expecting that. So another addition to my Night Ranger collection. 2-disc set. Just one of those ones came out that I didn't, just haven't gotten around to getting. Kind of concentrate on, you know, new studio albums coming out, things like that. But typical credits that you'll find inside these things. And a good song selection too, so look forward to checking that out. Another Fleetwood Mac disc, Behind the Mask. This came out originally in 1990. This is a Canadian version on Warner Brothers. I think this album's deleted now these days, or out of print. Could be wrong about that, but I don't see it all that much, so there's that. And some vinyl. Okay, Max Webster, Diamonds, Diamonds. This originally came out in 1981 after the band had broken up. It's a best of. This is obviously a Canadian versions on Anthem Records, and it's in, look at that, there's a sticker right on there, an Anthem reissue. Love stuff like that. You don't see much stuff. Todd, I know you're watching. Todd's Analog and More. Does your vinyl copy look like this? Does that have that sticker on? Just curious. And that shows how it was originally released. So, what else have I got to find out? This actually doesn't exist on CD, or it did for a very brief time. It's very hard to find. And that's a shame because there's a couple songs on here that weren't on any other albums. And that's your typical Anthem label at the time. Bryan Adams, Cuts Like a Knife. Didn't have this on vinyl. Picked it up. This is just a Canadian edition on A&M Records in really, really good shape. In a protective A&M Records sleeve with a customized logo. If you're wondering why it's got this logo, those are Adams. You get it? Adams. Anyway, that's that. And one more that I picked up at Select Sounds. Deep Purple, 24 karat purple. A lot of compilations of Deep Purple. This is a really good one. This originally came out in 1975. Don't actually think it came out in the States. I think this was a UK and other parts of the world had Canadian release, but I could be wrong with that. This is obviously a Canadian version because it's got the Maple Leaf on it and the Deep Purple albums that came out up to that point. Not sure what it came for original sleeve, but this is what came with this one. And your usual Warner Brothers logo. So a couple places I'd never checked out before. Was excited about the road trip to do that. And I'll be definitely, when I pass through here again, I'll be checking out both of those places. But if you're heading to the Bedford area, check them out, both of them, Taz Records and Select Sounds. And believe me, I'm only half kidding when I say when you go to Select Sounds, bring knee pads. And so very, very glad to be home. What a great trip. Stopped in Moncton very briefly on the way home, and at Spin It, didn't have much this time around, not much that I was looking for, but I did get Deep Purple Perfect Strangers on vinyl. It's a nice, good condition this one's in. Epic road trip. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed watching this edition of Tim's Vinyl Confessions.